Hi, this is Kevin Deal from Upscale Audio, and today I'm with Mr. Propellerhead Jordan.
Yep, the digital tweak.
The digital tweak, and we're going to talk to you about something that you have not seen anywhere yet. This is the new Aurender A1000. Oh my God, I can't believe we got this thing, can you? Okay, let me tell you something. When I was in Munich, they had a soft launch there. They did have it there, but they didn't even talk about it that much. Now, there's only 3 of these in the United States. One of them is with the owner of the company. The other one is at the corporate office. The other one is right here because they know that our salespeople, everybody here loves Aurender. And look, a lot of people want to own an Aurender, but they're not within reach of a lot of people. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment.
I mean, the least expensive network music player that they have is over $6,000, correct?
Yep.
So when I'd heard that they were going to come out with something at around $3,500, I said, oh my God, is it going to be an Aurender? And I'm here to tell you it is. And everyone that makes a video after me is going to say, oh, it's the best, it's the best, it's the best. I'm not going to just tell you it's the best at its price point. I'm going to show you why, because we're going to take it apart for you. So first thing I want to do is, Jordan, why don't you just tell them about the display in the front and all that fun stuff.
Sure thing, Kev. So what we have here is going to be a 6.9-inch full-color display screen, which does allow you to see your album art. Solid. Now, besides that, we do have some input-output selections on the front of the unit, and we'll talk a bit more about it once we get to the rear. Besides that, we have all our standard Aurender features, such as previous track, next track, and even a volume knob, because this can be used as a preamplifier. Now, besides that front panel control, we do have a remote control that comes included with the unit. It does about all the same things that the front panel does, but at the convenience of using this from your seated position.
Yeah, but it's Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth.
And that can be helpful sometimes.
Oh yeah, it makes it so that the connection's a lot more secure and you don't have to point it directly at the unit for it to work.
Exactly right. And sometimes people have things kind of hidden, or there can be interference with infrared. I love that. Now, let's talk about, you want to take the top off?
As long as I'm not blamed for breaking it,
all right.
All good with me.
I'm just blown away by this. You know, we have the, is it the N20 that we have over there with an acrylic top?
We have the A20.
A20. We have the A20 across the street with an acrylic top because there is so much to show off. But how much is an A20?
$15,000?
$15,000. So I thought, okay, at this price point, it's just not. I hate showing $3,000, $4,000 streamers because you can't take the lid off. There's not much to them. When we took the lid off this, I was blown away. I'm going to tell you why. Power supply is the beginning and the end of so many products. Power supply is how you drop the noise floor, People always want to get into big watts. I need 100 watts. What do you need that for? Oh, I need 100 watts. No, drop the noise floor. Dynamic range is the difference between light and dark and loud and soft. And what they have done here is unbelievable. You have 3 toroidal power transformers here, 3 of them. Now this big one right here, which is, by the way, okay, let me tell you why they're using a toroidal. Toroidal transformers are not supposed to radiate noise outside of the core of the donut. It's all supposed to be concentrated into the center. Now, you cannot stop all noise. You cannot get rid of stray magnetic interference completely, but what they have done is these are encapsulated. So this great big one right over here, this is for the power supply for the main processor, right?
Yep, you got it.
Great, and the processor in this it's right under here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tucked away underneath and it has a heatsink on top of it, but it is a quad-core processor.
Right on. And then I noticed over here, what's this about right here?
Sure, so we do have a stick of memory inside of the unit, and that is because there is a cache that is used when decoding music. So it allows it to process the music ahead of time, that way it's a lot more quiet.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, right up here, the power supply is beefy enough where you can run a hard drive. And some products are going to have some type of a limit to that. This one doesn't really have much of a limit, does it?
Oh, this can go up to 8 terabytes, which if you're filling up 8 terabytes, man, that's a hardy music collection.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to get anywhere. I mean, I'm nowhere near that in my own collection. But anyway, you can just slip it right inside here, or you can buy it with the hard drives built in. Now, let's go over to, this is the important thing. This board over here, look at these. I don't know if these are Schottky rectifiers right here. But look at all this filter capacitance. You've got a set of filter caps here, a set that's over here, and 2 toroidal power transformers because this thing is dual mono. Then it comes right off of these wires and onto the main board where all the audio is at. So tell us what's going on here.
Sure. So what we have over here on our main board is going to be the DACs. Now, these are going to be AKM AK4490 REQ. Oh my God, that's a long name. But this DAC chip runs in a dual mono configuration.
Right on.
Now, besides that, what we have here as well is going to be our Ethernet card. So now this unit is going to work only on Ethernet. It does have some Wi-Fi capability, and actually we have a Bluetooth Wi-Fi antenna in the rear, but that's intended to work with Apple AirPlay and Chromecast.
Right, so I don't want to imply to anybody here that it is built-in Wi-Fi. It is not. You have to run an Ethernet cable to it. But the thing is, we do have answers for that. If you don't have an Ethernet cable in the room, talk to my salespeople. I got digital experts that will show you how to achieve that very, very simply. We know what's happening there. Now, what about the inputs and the outputs and all the fun stuff in this thing?
Yeah, so we have actually a huge variety of inputs for this unit, and I'll start with that. So as far as it goes, we do have USB-A in, USB-B in, Toslink, coaxial, and my favorite, HDMI ARC built into it. Now with HDMI ARC, Kev, you can integrate your TV into your 2-channel system. It's as easy as running an HDMI from your TV that supports ARC, which any TV within the last 10 years will, and run it directly to here and select that port.
And it's going to sound a lot better than what we used to do in the old days with TVs, which is running just an optical, right?
That's right, and that's around the same time where you would have to walk 20 miles in the snow to go get a CD, right?
Exactly, yeah, those were the old days. Those were the old days. Now, this has a digital out. Why would you want that?
Sure, so this does give you outputs. We could use the analog outs if we wanted, and that would utilize our AKM DACs, but we do get USB-A out and coaxial out. If you ever want to go crazy and upgrade to a different type of DAC, or if you're looking into the Prima Luna DAC, actually that's a solid one as well.
Well, there's all kinds of great DACs that you can get, right? But if you end up, look, this is a journey. And what I like to do is sell people things that they're going to be able to keep. I don't like to churn people's systems too much. I mean, I think we do a pretty good job of helping you. That's why these guys are not on commission. They're not paid to upsell you and all that bullshit. I don't dig it. So if you end up getting a bigger, or maybe an Aurender. Yeah, you will still be able to utilize this as an amazing streamer. And Aurender streamers sound
absolutely
fantastic.
amazing.
So this is not something that you would necessarily have to replace if you didn't want to. It just gives you a lot of flexibility, right?
Oh, of course. So besides all the ports that we have on the rear, Kevin, what else are we using this unit for?
I don't know. Tell me.
So you could use it as a music server, you could use it as a streamer, or you can use the dedicated DAC since it has all these digital inputs as well.
Right on, right on. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is Roon. Okay. All these guys, I'm not kidding you. When I go into a demo room, it's always an Aurender that they're playing, and they just love them that much because of the way they sound. But I'm not familiar with the Conductor app, or at least I wasn't before. Now I'm used to it. I'm just a Roon dude. The reason I use Roon is because of my wife, and this is what I want to say. This will be Roon compatible at some point down the road. I don't have a date. I don't have any of that. Just know it is something that's going to be happening in case you think that you want to get Roon down the road like I have it. You're not going to be locked out of that. So it's just something for old people. How's that?
Solid, Kev. Love it.
Right. There you go. Well, look. Come to our store. I mean, we have this here. We can play it for you. I want you to get your hands on it. We are going to have the very first shipment of these coming into the United States. If you have a local dealer that's showing it and playing it for you, make sure that you buy it from your local dealer. Every town is better off with a hi-fi store and a stereo store, like I always say. But if not, we're going to get the first shipment of these, the very, very first, in the United States. You can pre-order on our website. Give us a call. We'll get you the hookup. At Upscale Audio, we're going to treat your system
like it's ours.
Thanks.